Hello, everyone. Welcome to BRL Tier 3 of the Formula One 2019 season as we're waiting for the last few drivers to ready up here right before we start the Austrian Grand Prix. Um, it's a wonderful time. Thank you guys for all joining us. Thank you to the viewers during this troubling time that we have in the world, bringing you the best videos and the broadcast that we can of this. As we get started here at the Austrian Grand Prix, we're going to get a little bit of a rundown of the drivers. Looks like it's a little cloudy out. We have Mitch Grand Prix with SF1 Rhodes. He's sitting third. Both Red Bull teammates are looking fast. Mr. Loki is also looking fast as well. We're definitely going to keep an eye on these drivers as they go around the track as the battle continues with the top two. That's only separating them by 4 points. During the practice session that I was able to attend with these drivers, the Toro Rosso drivers were looking fast. Definitely we're going to have to keep our eye out with Tez Sainz, or better known as, who used to be known as Methods. He has changed his name now. He's looking fast as well. He looks to be in the contention of pole position here at Austria. I'd be very curious if there is rain. We'll definitely have to keep an eye on that as well. But as we get going here, it looks like we have a few cars coming out. Looks like we have a Rathfull's coming out with a Racing Point. And looks like we've got Slingshot. He's coming out in the Mercedes-Benz. So depending on how he sets his car up and how he drives, Rathfull's doing the hard compound tires. Looks like he's changing up the strategy a little bit for himself. As we go through here, take a look at the championship standings for both Slingshot and Rathfull. Sainz is coming out, and the Toro Rosso. Looks like we have Rathfull. He's still sitting seventh. He's got the Toro Rosso split right now, so he's only 1 point right behind Leichmeier now for that sixth spot. So he may be able to make the jump and move up a little bit. Definitely keep an eye on that as they go through. A lot of the other drivers still sitting in the pits. They're slowly trickling out. So we'll definitely try to keep pace of everybody as they go around. Rathfull's coming around turn 3 in the last two corners. He's about to start his run as we go through here. John Wick, he is coming out. Nat McLaren, he's on his outlap as well. We're going to jump over to Slingshot. He's sitting 8th. He's coming right onto the main straight, so he's going to be starting his fast lap. Rathfull is already on his fast lap right now. So he's definitely going to be setting the tone right now on those hard compound tires. We have a lot of other drivers who are doing the soft and medium compounds right. It looks like Rathfull invalidated his lap. Sainz, he was fast in practice. What does he have? What can he do here? You know, he was doing about a low 1 minute 5 seconds during the practice sessions that they have prior. He was purple in sector 1, provisional, looks to be pole. We'll keep an eye on that. He's on his medium compound tires. Looks like there's a McLaren off the track in sector 3. Most likely it's going to be John Wick. He's the only other McLaren that is up right now. Sainz looking very racy. What can he do as he comes through sector 2? Is he going to purple sector 2 for him? Still show he does purple sector 2. We're going to jump up to Slingshot. Slingshot down to the last two corners. Him and Sainz both running really fast as they come through. Slingshot DRS is open. Slingshot goes provisional pole with a 107.1 on those soft compound tires. What does Sainz have as he comes down and across the line? Looks like he invalidated that lap. It would have been a 106.5. It would have put him about 6 tenths faster than Slingshot right now. Now, Rathfull is still out on a fast lap as he's on those hard compound tires. He's trying to make them work a little bit. We have a yellow sector 2 here. We have a few of the drivers that are going slow. As we have Leichmeier, he now sets provisional pole with a 105.5 on the soft compound tires for that Toro Rosso. As he goes through here, ER10, he's down through the second to last corner, through the last one, onto the main straight. Runs a little bit wide, but doesn't invalidate. He comes down the main straight. DRS is open, crosses the line with a 106.3. For the Ferrari, Henchman goes a 106.3, also on the medium compound tires. Aki has At a 113.3, probably just trying to warm his tires up. Wrathful goes to a 107.2. Those hard compound tires. We have yellow sectors 1 and 2. A lot of these drivers moving out of the way, trying not to interfere with anybody as they go around this track. So we have SF1 Rhodes. He's going a little slow. He's on his fast lap right now on the hard compound tires. We go through. Loki's now on the main straight. As he come across the line, what can he do? He slots up to a 106.4 on the medium compound tires. Up down to SF1 Rhodes. He should be coming down to the second to last corner. See what he has. What can he do? DRS open across the line. He does a 107.1 on his hard compound tire. 2 drivers on the hard compound tires, separated only 1/10 between each other. Rhodes and Wrathful. Slingshot is in the middle there with his soft compound tires. Rhodes trying to get out of the way of everybody. His henchman is making it across him. Arlen Conga, he went purple first sector. Can he reel in the Toro Rossos? Can he set the fastest time? Can he put that Renault on pole position? We will see down into the hairpin part of Sector 2 he goes. Will he purple Sector 2? See what happens. We'll ride along with him. He is in hot lap mode. He is trying everything he can, trying to squeeze out all the power that he can out of that Renault. He comes through. Didn't look like he's purple Sector 2. Those 2 last corners he goes. Really nice, tricky kind of downhill right-hand turn where you just want to clip the apex the best that you can and not try to throw the car off onto the main straight. He goes, DRS is open. Across the line with a 106.7 on the hard compound tires. He is the fastest hard compound tire driver that we have right now. Mitch is about to cross the line on hard compound tires. DRS is open. He goes to a 106.4, 3/10 faster than Marlon Conga. So now we have 2 hard compound tire drivers, both sitting 5th and 6th place right now. ER10 Motorsports, he is sitting 2nd with the medium compound tires. He's the fastest medium compound tire driver with a 106.2. Like it or not, still holding pole position. Canada King is out on his out lap for the Lone Williams. Will he be able to set a fast lap and put his car into contention here in Austria, which is a very fast track? A little tricky in certain areas where you gotta mix up your aero package a little bit. But a lot of these drivers have what it takes to make it work. Ooh. Canada King goes purple for his best time. Went a little bit wide, but it doesn't look like he invalidated it at all for him, which is good. We'll see what he can do. Can he reel some of these other drivers in? Signs, we're still waiting on him to see if he sets a time. We know he tried the mediums, messed up a couple of laps, and never was actually able to put in a good lap time. As we jump, ER10 is still around the track, but is he going to dive? He is going to dive into the pits. Loki, he's now jumping back out. He's trying to make up a little bit of improvement as he goes through. See what we got here. Rock Lobster has joined. He's going to miss out qualifying. What a shame, but he is also a fast driver. If Canada King crosses the line, he goes 107.9 on those medium compound tires. That's okay. He can still make it up as both McLaren drivers of John Wick and Whitemead both come out. It'll be interesting to see how they pace themselves before they get started as they go. Looks like they're going. Whitemead's going to let John Wick by. He knows he's on the softer compound tires, which is good. Very good team play strategy here between the drivers. Rhodes, he's now coming out of the pits. He is on medium compound tires. We'll see how much he can improve. Like me or not, still sitting in pole position. A lot of these drivers not trying to deviate from the strategies that we have here. I do know from Tier 2, the ultimate strategy the game gave you was soft to mediums. Now you can go soft hards, or you can go, hards mediums, or whichever one you prefer. This track doesn't have a whole lot of degradation, so definitely interesting to see, you know, the way this all works out for everybody. See what we have here. Canada King pulling out a 107 flat round. Takes out 9/10 of his time, slots him up in 8th place. Congratulations to Canada King. Let's see if he has a little bit more of what he can take to slot him up a little bit more. Loki's on his fast lap. He's going a little bit slower, about a 10th off of his time. Henchman is out on soft compound tires. He's trying to catch up to Like Me or Not. So we go through, drop down to John Wick. He hasn't set his time yet. He's in sector 2 now. Coming on the downhill piece on this really nice kind of off-cambered left-hand, double left-hand corner system that they have set up here. He comes down the hill, running real wide. He's gone purple sector 2 for him. Up the hill a little bit, up to the two last corners of the track here in sector 3. As they go through here, what can he do? Sporting that Senna helmet, down the hill he goes, onto the main straight. DRS is open. Across the line, he goes a 106.3 on soft compound tire. White Meat, his teammate, goes 106.2 on medium compound tire. Both McLaren drivers looking very racy here at Austria with 7 minutes remaining. Both drivers sitting 3rd and 4th. The lone Haas, he goes pole position with 105.3. Congratulations to Mr. Henchman. Now, can he hold a lot of these drivers off, get back into the pits, and try to possibly get another run in to hold off? Sainz is still in the pits. He's not coming out yet. Wrathful, he's out on the medium compound tires through sector 2 on the downhill piece. We're going to try to jump over to Mitch. Mitch is on mediums. He's gone purple sector 2. He's 3/10 faster right now. He's coming to his 2 last corners. He's about to hook the double right-hand turns as he goes down the hill as he goes. Onto the main straight. DRS is open. What does he have? Can he put the car on pole? He cannot. He's at a 105.8 on the medium compound tires. He pretty much throws his car off the ramp and damages his wing, trying to avoid not getting in the way of some of these other drivers. What a shame, but thank you, sir. As we have Marlon Conga, he's now out on his medium tires, doing his fast lap as he goes through. Rhodes does a 106.6.1 on mediums. Wrathful does a 106.5, ousting his old teammate, Mr. SF1 Rhodes. Marlon Conga through sector 1 he goes into sector 2 on the uphill piece. Let's see what he can do. We're going to ride with him for a little bit. We have a lot of good mixture between drivers on soft, medium, soft, but is it going to change towards the next qualifying session? Are we going to see a lot more soft runners up at the front of the pack? Sainz still hasn't ran. That's going to be interesting. Marlon kind of gets a little squirrely in sector 2 as he goes purple second. As he's trying to exert all the power that he can out of that Renault here. Double. Oh, he invalidated. Oh, what a shame. He's not going to be able to set a time. What would it have been? 105.7. That would have slotted him in 3rd. But he is on medium compound tires, so he can try to rework a little bit of it. You know, if he has a little bit of more fuel in his car, he's still on hot lap mode. He is still rushing. Oh, now he's dove down into no ERS. Now he's back to hot lap mode. See what we have here. Looks like we have Slingshot. He is out on his out lap as well. On the main straight, we're going to follow Slingshot as we go. Slingshot, one of the nicest drivers that we have here at BR. I mean, all the drivers are nice. Slingshot especially. I have a lot of respect for this gentleman. He's a very clean, very smooth operator here in that Mercedes, as he has always been. He is sitting 12th right now in the championship series with 23 points, tied with BRL Henchman for 11th place. Slingshot, he is the man of many words, and he can make things happen here. in this race. He can possibly move up in the championship standings, and that's what we would like to see. His teammate is not here in qualifying, but he will be here for the race. That's Rock Lobster. Let's see what we have. Can Slingshot improve here? We're going to ride with him. Marlon Kong is still on a fast lap. The last two corners of the track, what can he do? Down the hill he goes. We have a yellow sector one. Looks like Wrathful trying to get out of the way of the Toro Rosso. Across the line. Slingshot was just a little bit, a couple tenths off his time. He's trying to make up as much as he can. Canada King's out on his outlap. Jump over to Marlon Conga. Is he going faster? He is not. He's going to dive into the pits and hope to try to possibly get his car back out at the last minute. Like me or not, he is about to start his fast lap. The original pole setter's trying to make up his time. He's trying to put that Toro Rosso up on pole position. Can, like me or not, pull out a win here. But can Sainz do something? Sainz has not set a time yet. He's trying to get a little bit of space between him and Wrathful. A lot of these drivers now switching over to soft compound tires. Marlon Conga, the only hard compound tire that's sitting up in the top 5. Doesn't look like he's going to be making the switch over to soft. Henchman is coming out on his outlap as well. We have Wrathful, he's on his fast lap. Hockey Hess, he's on his fast lap. Slingshot, he's diving into the pits. Sainz is on his fast lap. It's like Sainz is looking very clean, very fast. Getting purple in sector 1. Can he make up the time as he goes through? Like me or not, invalidated that lap. Hopefully he has enough fuel to make something happen. Looks like he does. We're going to drop down with the Hockey Hess is right behind him as they go through the last 2 corners of the track. Down the hill they go. We're going to try to run with everybody as Hockey Hess goes faster with a 105.6. That's going to slot him 3rd as they go through. Let's see what we have here. John Witt, he's 4 tenths slower on his time right now. Sainz, the Toro Rosso duo, they're sitting 2nd and 3rd right now. Henchman has just gone back. He has just started his fast lap. We're going to ride with everybody as possible. We have SF1 Roads, he's retired. Wrathful has retired. John Witt comes across the line. He does not improve. ER10. Looks like it's going to be Loki. He's going to start his fast lap. ER10 is across the line. What does he do? He does not improve. He is at a 106.251. Oh, he has a little bit more left in the tank. They go through. Slingshot is going off from outlap, which is interesting. He only has about 14 seconds to play. See what we've got here. Riding on with Mitch. McLaren is trying to get out of everybody's going across. Time has expired. What can these drivers do? As Henchman sits a 104.966. Will anybody break that out? Sainz finishes up in 2nd right now. Right now, Henchman's holding pole position. Doesn't look like anybody's really beating out his time. Let's see what we've got here. Mitch has gone purple sector 2. He is 3 tenths faster right now as he comes through to the double right-hand turns right before the main straight. Hopefully he doesn't invalidate. Can Mitch mess up Henchman as he goes across the line? He cannot. But White Meat, he gets closer. Let's see what we've got here. John Wick dives into the pits. Like me or not is coming into end it. So that's going to put Henchman on pole position with a 104.9. White Meat with a 105.1. Mitch sitting 3rd with a 105.3. Sainz with a 105.4. Like me or not with 105.5. ER10 also with a 105.5. Hockey Hess with a 105.6. Marlon Conga with 105.7. What an amazing qualifying session that we had. Looks like we only have 3 drivers that opted for the medium tire compound, but 2 of the ones that are sitting out of the top 10 are on mediums. They may switch it up a little bit. They may go to hard compound tires, try to stretch those tires out as long as possible, jump over to the soft compound tires. So there you have it, everybody. Henchman in the Haas setting the fastest time for Tier 3 at a 104.966, with White Meat in the McLaren sitting second on soft, only about a little bit 2/10 back from him. Mitch in the Red Bull third. The Toro Rosso duo is fourth, fifth. The Ferrari duo is still battling it out. Nobody's still trying to figure out what they want to do. They're sitting 6th, 7th. Marlon Conga, he's sitting 8th. John Wick 9th. Loki 10th. Wrathful 11th. SF1 Roads 12th. Canada King 13th. Sinshot 14th. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we do have Rock Lobster. He will be joining in, so he will be 15th. And it says that looks like it possibly may be dry for the race. It does. Looks like we're going to be having a break. Nobody has told me yet whether or not it's possibly raining. I'm going to try to figure that out for you guys. But right now, it does not look like it's raining. There may be rain. It looks like it's like a huge cloud coverage. As we go through here, Marlon Conga has readied up. I've just received word there is no rain for this race. So it's going to be an all-dry race for these guys. As we get started here, Henchman rolling the car out. Henchman doing a wonderful job putting that solo Haas out up front. Right now, Henchman is sitting 11th in the championship. Tied with Slingshot. So if he keeps it going, this could bump him up a huge places. And I'm saying huge. This could slot him up pretty high up in the standings, which is really good. We're going to drop down to White Meat. White Meat's sitting 4th. He's been looking racy all season between him, Mitch, and Marlon Conga and SF1 Roads. But the question is, can White Meat take the battle and win this one? We'll definitely keep an eye out for that as we go through here. Mitch leading the championship series with 131 points. He's sitting 3rd in that Red Bull. He's definitely feeling the pressure of a lot of these drivers taking the battle to him, especially the 2 Toro Rosso duos of Sainz and Like Mirna. They want to get a win. They want to put their car up top. They want to get ahead in the championship series, not only for the constructors themselves. The constructors, Toro Rosso is sitting 4th. We're going to jump down to the Ferrari duo, both 6th, 7th. They are sitting 6th in the championship series. They need to start showing. They're trying to show the pace that they possibly can to move up in here. Marlon Conga looked racy in Spain. Looked like Wrathful is having a little bit of an issue. Oh, that must probably be the fact that John Wick is in his car. As we get started here on the grid, as we're waiting for some of these drivers to line up here. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to wait for the 5 lights. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A little bit of a lag from Codemasters. The lights are out and they're on their way. Looks like Sainz making the move on the outside of White Meat into turn 1, and they go. Can't make contact between Sainz and Henchman, pushing Henchman wide. We have a little bit of an issue here in the beginning of the race. Like Mirna gets us a 5-second time penalty, hitting his teammate. What a shame for the 2 Toro Rosso drivers, but they can make things work as Marlon Conga dives up on the inside of the Ferraris. The Ferrari's having a little issue. John Wick losing the back end out. There's a huge scrap to back to the grid as they go through here. 2, 3 wide, down into the hairpin that they go. John Wick defending from Candy King, looking extremely racy with Loki behind them. Rhodes trying to battle it out between Slingshot. Wrathful trying to move up as much as they possibly can here. What an interesting start here when we thought the Toro Rosso duo possibly could have taken the fight in the beginning. It's very racy from the start. Sainz looking extremely aggressive, diving up on the inside of turn 1. What a shame, what a shame. As we go through, Henchman sets the new fast lap and with a 1:11.2. Canada King running very wide at the start. SF1 Rhodes down on the inside. He goes through Canada King. As they go through, Canada King running extremely wide here. He's having a lot of issues with traction here. Canada King just needs to stay focused. Sainz right behind him, trying to make up as much time as they possibly can as they go through here. Right now we have Whitey. He's 2/10 back from Henchman. We're going to jump up here with them. This is the battle for the lead. Mitch also looking racing right behind them, trying to chase them down the best that they possibly can. Go through here. Here goes Henchman having a freight train with the top 3 drivers here in this race. Henchman, Whitey, Mitch with Marlon Conga sitting there in back, trying to keep an eye on everything. 4th, 5th, 6th, also freight training. The 2 Ferrari drivers definitely looking racy here. Mitch, 2/10 back. Can he make something happen? Whitey sets a new fast lap at a 1:08.5 as they go through. Through turn 1, up the hill they go. Whitey still trying to get the slipstream. DRS is open on Henchman. But can Henchman defend as much as he can? Whitey takes a look. He says, nope, I'm going to wait it out. Backs off. Henchman runs it wide. Whitey trying to run the line the best that he can. Gives a little bit of space for Henchman. Doesn't try to squeeze him off the track more than he already was. Whitey looks for the move down into the hairpin on the outside. Henchman, will he defend on the inside? Oh, there was a little bit of a tap. Whitey was a little bit deep into the quarter due to it. But Whitey gets the lead of the race. That's going to allow Mitch to move his way up onto Henchman as they go through here into sector 2. We have a freight train for 1, 2, 3. We also have a freight train for 4, 5, 6 as they go through. There's a massive freight train down the order between 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14, and 15 as they are all battling it out. The battles for the lead, the battles for the last beginning. It's like Henchman running a little bit wide. He's trying to break the streak so Mitch can't do anything. As Mitch sets the new fast lap at a 1:08.5 as they go through. SF1 Rhodes 2/10 back from Loki, the 2 medium drivers. They're looking at it. Can he make something happen? He gets a run onto the back straight of after turn 1. They go. Will SF1 Rhodes make something happen? He tries it on the outside, but will Loki defend on the inside? It does look like Loki tries to defend on the inside. Loki locks it up just a little bit. Both drivers giving each other space. Rhodes making it work here. Loki now has DRS. Can he make something stick and make it happen on him? He looks up on the inside of SF1 Rhodes as they go down into the hairpin. They go. Loki locking it up. Rhodes switch back on him, making it look easy. As Rhodes goes through here into sector 2, Loki tries to check up right behind him as they go through. Like me or not, moving up the order, trying to work his way back up, and they go. We're gonna jump up with Aki Hess. He's 3/10 back from Marlon Conga. Can he make something happen here as they go through? Onto the main straight they go. DRS is open. The Ferrari driver looking very fast as he's trying to chase down Marlon Conga on those soft compound tires. Marlon Conga running a nice clean race. The only medium driver on the top 5. They go. Henchman falling to Mitch. Mitch making the move on him down the second DRS slot. Turn 3 that they go. Mitch trying to chase White Meat down. He wants to try to separate his gap from the other drivers that he possibly can. Mitch looking like he wanted to make something happen down in that hairpin corner, but he didn't. He checked up right behind White Meat as they go through here into sector 2. We have a battle for the lead. 5 laps into 36 they go. On these soft compound tires they go. Canada King and Rock Lobster. Canada King made it past Rock Lobster. We follow here onto the main straight that they go. Mitch looking for possibly to make something happen here. He is on medium DRS, and DRS is open. Mitch sets a new fast lap at a 108.5, reeling him in down the back straight here onto the DRS spot. In sector 1, here he goes. What can he do? Right along with Mitch, he's trying the outside, gets a little bit of grass. They go here. White Meat checks up right behind him. Doesn't defend the hole really hard. Everybody knows this is an endurance track here at Austria. You don't want to chew up your tires too much. Yellow sector 1 here. Looks like Rock Lobster has a little bit of an issue. He went off the track a little. Did possibly caught a little bit too much curbing, spun the car out. White Meat still on the tail end of Mitch, trying to make something happen here. As now 3, 4, 5, and 6 are starting to gain up on 1 and 2 during their battles, trying to reel them in. As right now we have White Meat less than 2/10 right behind Mitch. Looks like on my screen it is raining. There's a few droplets. Looks like we do have a little bit of rain, possibly not enough. On my screen it shows like there's rain, so be interesting to see how this all plays out as we go through here. Henchman gets a 3-second time. Canada King gets a 3-second time penalty. It is raining, ladies and gentlemen. This is definitely interesting. The question is who is more prepared than the others? As we go through, Science dives into the pit. Henchman 1.5 seconds back. He's starting to get Marlon Conga chasing him down. Hockey Hess is now 1.1 seconds back from Marlon Conga with his teammate ER10 Motorsports. 2/10 back from Hockey Hess. John Wick 4.4 seconds back from the 6th place driver in the McLaren. He is getting chased down by SF1 Rhodes, who's 4/10 back behind him in the Red Bull. Welcome to the viewers. Thank you for watching. If you like what you see, please click the follow button. We do have other series that happens throughout the leagues. We have F2 on Friday nights. We have Tier 2 and Tier 1 on Saturday. Please come watch. We definitely have a lot of different interesting things happening here. As we have John Wick. He's drove into the pits. Possibly crashed, messed up his paint. Slid a little bit. Science dives onto the intermediate tires. Go through your Science. You definitely have to keep an eye on how Science does on those intermediate compound tires. So it looks like the rain is starting to pick up just a little bit more. Go through here. White Meat 3/10 back, trying to make a run on Mitch. Backs out of it into the hairpin. Doesn't want to mess anything up. Here we go. White Meat all over the gearbox of Mitch. John Wick dives onto those intermediates to how much longer? White Meat on the outside. Mitch looked like he had. Oh, looks like Mitch is diving into the pits. White Meat is now going to take the lead of the race. No, Mitch is saying no, I made a mistake. Oh, this is interesting. Henchman dives into the pit. Mitch on the inside of White Meat. What's going to happen into turn 1? White Meat looks like he's going to give him a little bit of space as they come through. Very clean driving from these drivers in 2 and 3. What an amazing race that these guys are having, showing true, pure class. Wonderful. Into turn 3 they go. Looks like we have Hockey Hess and Marlon Conga. They are battling out. Hockey Hess squeezing that Ferrari in the best that he possibly can. Side by side, him and the Renault go into sector 2. Hockey Hess gets the DRS open. Henchman dove on intermediates. Like me or not, in intermediate tires. So, looks like there was a little bit of a tap there. Just a little bit of a racing incident, but that's fine. He's driving extremely... Oh, Raffle down on the inside of ER10 as he goes through here into the hairpin piece. He's trying to make his way up with that Racing Point car. See, we got Marlon Conga. He's still 2/10 back. These guys are looking very racy. We have a yellow sector 2. We are clear. Henchman on Canada King in sector 2. He's moving up on those intermediate tires. Question is, when are the top runners going to dive in? Here goes Marlon Conga on the intermediate tires. Question is, Doesn't look like it's been DRS disabled. A lot of these drivers still racing it out there. SF1 Rhodes gets a 5-second time penalty. Rhodes in the pits. Loki in the pits. Rathel in the pit. ER10 in the pit. A lot of the mid-pack are diving into the pits. We have a yellow sector 3. Possibly. Oh, there's a little bit of a tap between Hockey Hess, Mitch, and Whitemeat. A little bit of a cluster in turn 3 as we have a huge battle in the front. These drivers are completely, DRS is disabled. Oh, here we go. Mitch into the gravel. That's going to slow him down extremely a lot. These drivers are definitely going to need to start diving into the pits and going to intermediate tires. This is probably not what they were expecting. They're probably thinking maybe if we can get about 1 to 2 laps more in. As they go through, Whitemeat, Hockey Hess, Mitch, and Slingshot still need to dive into the pits. Slingshot only 12.4 seconds back behind them. Marlon Conga swoops right past him. See, Slingshot, they'll most likely dive into the pits as we have Whitemeat, Hockey Hess, and Mitch. Let's see, we'll ride with Whitemeat here as he dives into the pits. Where is this going to slot him in? And they come around the track. Henchman and Marlon Conga both on intermediate tires. They get onto the main straight here. Here comes Whitemeat. See where we're at. Marlon Conga gets them down the main straight, and they go same with Henchman. Here comes SF1 Rhodes. See where SF1 Rhodes slots. He's going to go ahead of his teammate Mitch. And the strategy of a lot of these drivers are getting mixed up. The undercut that these drivers are pulling definitely helping them. Rathel still sitting 7th after everything. Very interesting, even with that undercut as they go through. See what we have closest battle right now. We have Henchman 2/10 back from Whitemeat, trying to make something happen. He knows, he put the car on pole. He's got a fast car running a little bit extra curbing there to help him around that corner there as they go through. Sign still sitting back there in 15th place. Hopefully he's able to make something happen when they go through here. See, Like Miernot's been able to move himself up to 10th after everything that has happened. Let's see who's the biggest movers in the group here. As we go through, biggest movers here we have are Marlon Conga with 7 places and SF1 Rhodes with 7 places. Those are the biggest movers that we have. The biggest losers that we have in the group. Nobody's a loser in the group, but the biggest faller that we have is Sainz with 11 places. The second place guy with the biggest falls is Mitch with 6, but anything can happen. It's still early in the race. We go through here. See, we're going to dive over here. We're going to, Hockey Hess about a second back from Mitch. Dive all the way down. Mitch is 6/10 back from ER10 Motorsports. As they come through here in Sector 1, up the hill they go. He's trying to make something happen. Whitemeat gets a 3-second time penalty. Mitch runs the car a little bit deep, had to catch the brake a little bit more so he didn't cause a mistake. As Like Miernot is sitting right behind Mitch. He's about 1.5 seconds back. He's trying to reel them in the best that he possibly can as they go through here in the hairpin of Sector 2. A lot of the drivers are starting to pace themselves out. 12 laps out of 36 as they go through. Into the double left-hand turn. They go through here, Sector 2. Mitch trying to reel in ER10 Motorsports to that Ferrari. Trying to get past him. He needs the points because right now Loki's still sitting ahead of him. That's going to help Loki in this championship standings as they go through. But that also means SF1 Rhodes, who's sitting 5th right now. That's going to help him even more in the championship standings. That may put Loki up at the top as they go through. Down on the main straight they go. Mitch on the back of the gearbox of ER10 Motorsports. Is he going to try to make it happen? Kind of looks like he wants to, but he bails out of it. He's going to try to. He gets a beautiful run on ER10. Down on the inside he goes. Up to turn 3. He's got more pace. ER10 looks very racy. Tries to get a little bit of the sleep strain. Down into turn 3 they go. ER10 can't make it happen. He bails out. Mitch starts to pull a little bit away from these drivers as he goes. We have SF1 Rhodes. He's 3/10 back from the other Ferrari. The Red Bulls are trying to make quick work of the Ferrari teammates as they go through. Kennedy King gets a 3-second time penalty as SF1 comes through here in the sector 2. And he made quick work of Hockey Hess and try to separate himself from his teammate of Mitch. He's 5.6 seconds back from Wrathful. Let's see what we have here. As SF1 Rhodes comes onto the main straight, he has Loki in tow right behind him. Like me or not, 6/10 back from ER10, trying to work his way up. He's sitting 10th place right now in this race. A little bit of points as Henchman gets a 3-second time penalty. Into turn 3 we go. Can he try to get a run on them? Loki is just reeling him in. Rhodes needs to make a maneuver and try to pull something off as they come through into the hairpin here of sector 2. Back-end's breaking out just a little bit. Loki catching a little bit of the curb there, trying to help slingshot him around that corner as they go through here into the double left-hand turn at the end of sector 2 and the start of 3 as they go through. See what happens as they go through. Doesn't look like there's any real progression as ER10 is 4/10 back. Like me or not, made it around him as they go through here. The Ferrari driver definitely having a little bit of issue. He's got a lot of ERS. He's not using a whole lot of it. There he goes. He's jumping into overtake. He's going to try to use it mostly on the straights and nothing during the corners here. We have Rock Lobster in the back here for 13th and 14th. And 12th, battling it out. It's awesome to see a lot of these guys battling out. Candy King running an interesting line here through this corner. Very defensive, covers the inside. Very, very strong here. That's going to allow John Wick. He just made it past Canada King. Now, what does Rock Lobster do? He's getting a run on him. He's looking like he's having a little bit of a fuel issue here. As we go through. Rock Lobster gets a little wiggly there. A little bit of separation. We have a yellow sector 2. See it's possible here. I do not see where it is. Jump over here to Loki. He's 6/10 back from SF1 Rhodes. He's trying to make something happen here as they go through sector 3 in the double right-hand turn. As they go through Henchman. 4 seconds back from White Meat. White Meat has fallen from Marlon Conga to about 1.7 seconds. Hockey has 1 second back from Henchman. Rhodes still 8/10 back. Seems like a lot of the drivers, they take a couple tenths out, but they don't ever reel them back in throughout the race. So definitely, whoever makes a mistake is definitely going to capitalize on a lot of this. We'll definitely have to keep track of everybody as we go into turn 3 here at the Austrian Grand Prix for the BRL Series. See what we've got here. See what we got. Everybody's kind of chasing down. Got little groups here as they go through. Henchman looks he's definitely keeping his delta still at 4.7. Rock Lobster gets a 3-second time penalty. So we have interesting little groupings here. Some drivers, like SF1 Rhodes, he was about 6/10 back from Hockey Hess. He's fallen now to 1.1. But depending on what part of the track he is, he reels him in enough to where he can kind of free himself a little bit. So right now, as we have it, with 16 laps out of 36, Marlon Conga's leading the Grand Prix here with White Meat sitting second, Henchman third, Hockey Hess fourth, SF1 Rhodes fifth, Loki sixth, Wrathful seventh, Mitch 8th, like me or not, 9th, ER10, 10th, Slingshot 11th, John Wick 12th, Candy King 13th, Rock Lobster 14th. Oop, looks like we have Hockey Hess. He made a mistake. Rhodes is going to try to go around the outside of him and try to slip right past him. Up to turn 3 we go. That's going to allow Loki to possibly try to reel him in a little bit more. Like I said, right now, it's an endurance race for a lot of these drivers. They're just waiting for someone to possibly make a mistake so that they can slide up and move up as they go through here. Hockey he's still trying to reel in Rhodes as they go through here. Rhodes doing a wonderful job managing his ERS, only 87%. A lot of these other drives are in high or medium, low, you know. As they go through, we have a beautiful freight train of 3, 4, 5, 6. As they come through, Rathel having a wonderful race. He's just been kind of sitting in that 7th spot, just kind of doing his thing here, and that's good for him. You know, he's had a little bit of a few issues here around the races, but overall he's done a wonderful job in an overall pace. If Henchman gets another 3-second time penalty, which is definitely going to play into a factor here towards the end of the race. A lot of these drivers may have a lot of issues falling down the grid. Rhodes loses it just a little bit. And that's going to allow Hockey Hessel on the outside. Loki's going to try to slipstream one of them as they go through. But can Rhodes defend on the inside? Down into turn 3 they go. He does. Austrian Grand Prix all over again. Real fire. They go side by side. There they go. Hockey Hessel on the outside. Rhodes on the inside. Will Rhodes make a move on the inside? He does not. He checks up right behind Hockey Hess. Doesn't want to ruin anybody's race. Nice, clean driving, guys. Very, very nice, clean. Loki just sitting there in 6th place, trying to get something positive out of it. So he's just going to keep an eye on everybody and see what happens. John Wick gets past Slingshot. Cannon King gets past Rock Lobster. Cannon King looking very racy here in the Austrian Grand Prix. Cannon King's got the hammer time motor in his Mercedes-powered Williams car here in 13th place as they go through. We're going to dive back up here into the battle for 4th, 5th, 6th, and 3rd place as they come onto the main straight here. 1st and 2nd are pulled from everybody. 2nd place, 6.9 seconds ahead of 3rd place of Henchman. He's only 1.7 seconds ahead of Marlon Kanye. He's got 1 lap, newer tires. So I'm definitely interested to see how that plays out. Rock Lobster, Cannon King having the battle of a lifetime here for 13th and 14th. As Hockey gets a nice run on Henchman here. So it looks like the rain is coming down a little bit more. The question is it enough for wet tires? Ooh, looks like Henchman runs the car a little bit wide. It's a little squirrely. That's going to allow Hockey has to slot it right in behind him. Rhodes trying to look for a nice maneuver as well as they come through. What a very close freight train battle that we have here. And it's still 5.6 seconds. Not making up any ground to Rathel. Rathel is still 4.3 seconds back behind Loki. He's not really making a whole lot of ground also. So depending on how the tires work for everybody. Depending on, whether or not they wear out. We're 20 laps into 36. Henchman dives into the pits. Hockey he's going to slot up to 4th. Rhodes, Hockey 3rd, Rhodes 4th, and Loki 5th. See what does Henchman do. Does he go to another set of intermediate? One of the wet compound tires. He's the only wet tire compound driver that we have on the track right now. So we'll have to keep an eye on his times and see where he starts slotting around. Rhodes still 4/10 back. Rhodes, Loki gets a nice run out of turn 3 on Rhodes. Looks like Rhodes had a little bit too much wheel spin there. Going to keep the car locked in place as Loki down into the hairpin he goes. Oh, Rhodes smashes into the back of Loki. Oh, what a shame. That's going to cause Loki to lose his front wing and spin him around. Hopefully Loki can get out of the way of everybody. What a shame for Loki. Wow, that's going to slot Mitch up to 6. What a shame. These conditions here, especially when you have dry qualifying, you have a lot, anything can happen. You're running such a dry setup to get a lot of that top end speed. When the rain starts coming down, all of a sudden, next thing you know, you're just fighting for as much as you can. Rhodes stays out here. He's not going to get his wing change here, but Loki most likely is going to have to probably pit. Nope, he's staying out there. Loki's going to stay out. He doesn't want to lose a whole lot of track time. Like me or not, after everything, after turning one with running into his teammate and that, after Sainz feeling very racy into turn 1, he's managed to slot himself back up to 8th place. So a lot of the drivers here definitely kind of finding their little slot in their groove right now throughout the whole thing. Closest battle we have now is Rock Lobster between Slingshot, about 1 second back. See as we go through here. Henchman, he's still on those wet compound tires. He's looking pretty decent coming out of turn 3 here on the uphill piece. Let's see what we've got here. John Wick, he's 8/10 back. So we've got a battle for 10th and a battle for 12. As Rock Lobster 6/10 back from Slingshot. Can he make something happen here as they go through? No, it looks like he's falling back a little bit. John Wick still 8/10 back. A lot of these drivers, they kind of make up a whole lot of time, and then coming out of the corner, they're a little bit slippery and slidey. They can't make up a whole lot of time as they go through. Like me or not, 6/10 back from Loki. Oh, Loki, look, he's diving into the pits. Like me or not, he's now onto the main straight. That's going to give him some time. Is Loki going to go for intermediates, or is he going to go for wet compound tires? Let's see what he does. So he's going to the wet compound tires. So now we have drivers starting to switch over to wet. Rock Lobster goes, he's diving into the pits as well. He's most likely going to go to the wet compound tires. The question is, who in the top running group are going to go into wet compound tires? The problem is right now, what it looks like is the Red Bull duo are going to have to, Rhodes looks like he locked up the rear just a little bit coming into that hairpin piece. The back end breaking out. These two are going to have to make a decision. Who is going to pit for the wets and who's going to take the hit? And they're going to have to wait another lap, or they're going to double stack. If they double stack, that's definitely going to not help them out. So Marlon Conga dives into the pits right now for wet compound tires. See what we have. Hockey Hess, he dives into the pits. Wrathful, he's going to stay out. He's going to stay out on those intermediate tires. Same with the Red Bulls. They're going to stay out as well. Who else is going to dive in for the wet compound tires? Looks like we have, like me or not, he's diving into the wet for wets. They go through here. Marlon Conga, he's sitting third. Wrathful's moving his way all the way up to second place, but of course, there is going to be a pit that's going to come up. Anything can happen as they go through here. White Meat, he's leading the race right now. He's 15.6 seconds ahead of Wrathful. They go through. Henchman, 11.4 seconds from Hockey Hess. We have SF1 Rhodes. He's 3/10 back from Mitch. What can happen as they go through? A lot of other drivers at the back of the grid. They've dove into the pits for soft compound tires. What's going to happen with them? See, we have ER10. He's on wets. Canada King, he's on wets. With the signs suits, the signs go to wets. White Meat dives into the pits. Signs goes to wets. Will Wrathful. Wrathful dives into the pits. See what does the Red Bull drivers do? Mitch dives into the pits. So that's going to leave Rhodes out there. Poor Rhodes is going to have to take the drive of shame when his teammate runs around the track as they go through. Poor Rhodes having a little bit of an issue trying to get his car to go around the track. Wrathful sitting 5th right now as they go through. Henchman already on 4-lap old wet compound tires coming into turn 1. This could help Henchman get ahead of Mitch. Mitch looking a little bit squirrely coming out of pit lane, but can Henchman get a nice run on Mitch? Looks like he can. Looks like Mitch is looking racier. Down into turn 3 they go. Henchman side by side they go. Mitch's back end breaks out just a little bit, losing a little bit of traction as Henchman gets ahead of him a little bit. The question is how much can Mitch keep pushing? White Meat dove onto the intermediate compound tires. Ooh, Mitch getting a little aggressive on the turn 3. Lightly taps Henchman, but manages to save the car and doesn't ruin anything. Wrathful's now up to 5th. We're 24 out of 36. Rhodes still out on those medium compound tires. White Meat, he's still on those intermediate tires. He is losing a lot of time. Into the pits Rhodes goes. He's 6.2 seconds back from Marlon Conga. Definitely have to keep an eye on this as they go around the track here. He went on intermediate tires. He only has 2-lap old intermediates. He's about 7.6 seconds back. See where Rhodes is going to pit out. Looks like he's going to come out in 10th. Right behind Loki. Yup, that's where it's going to look. He's got a new wing. Car's feeling racy. Mitch still 6/10 back behind Henchman, trying to make something happen in the turn. Ooh, runs car really deep. Misjudged his braking zone. That's gonna fall him back even further. Mitch gets a 3-second time penalty. Like me or not, looking nice and racy. He's up to 7th. Wrathful, he's in the 4th. Can Wrathful get a podium here at the Austrian Grand Prix in the Racing Point car? ER10 Motorsports makes the move on Rock Lobster. They're battling it out here for 11th and 12th. Up to turn 3 they go. The Racing Point in the Ferrari. Ooh, looks like he has a slow run out of the corner as ER10 pulls away from him. A lot of these intermediate drivers. White Meat still 8.3 seconds back from Marlon Conga. Question is, does he take the risk to pit, or does he just keep trying to run it out? He's just separating himself even more to the other drivers as they go through here. A little bit of a battle between... Looks like Marlon Conga went past Carlos. Sainz did. And Mitch 5/10 back from Henchman, making his way back up, catching up to him on those wet compound tires. Mitch trying to make everything he can to get past and move up in the championship series. Slingshot getting past Rock Lobsters. Rock Lobster goes in and pits from the wet compound tires. We only have 3 other drivers on intermediates, White Meat and Hockey. White Meat falling dramatically 2 laps ago. He was only 6.1 seconds back from Marlon Conga. He's now 9.8 seconds, and it's gathering. Wrathful's looking racy. He could get a podium. Wrathful 4/10 back from Hockey has on those wet compound tires. He's making things happen here in that Racing Point time. Hockey has runs the car wide. Wrathful gets past him onto the main straight on the wet compound tire. Get it, son. Keep fighting. As we go through, Hockey has fallen behind in 4th. Wrathful in 3rd as he moves out. Mitch gets past Henchman here on the main straight. Henchman sitting 6th, Mitch 5th as they go through. Now the question is, White Meat runs the car really wide. That's going to allow Wrathful to gain as much time as he possibly can. White Meat's going to need to pit if he wants to try to keep the battle going. These wet tire drivers are catching these intermediates like it's nothing on this track as they go through. Henchman still 6/10 back. John Wick dives into the pits. He's most likely probably going to go with wet compound tires. Wrathful has pulled the gap to 1.7 seconds now between Hockey has on those intermediate tires. John Wick goes on the wet compound tires. That's going to slot Candy King up to 12th. So what we have here, Loki 5/10 back from Like Me or Not. What can happen here? Looks like he is still racing, or it looks like he's disconnected. Yep, Candy King is disconnected. Wrathful now 6.4 seconds, reeling in White Meat. White Meat now 13.9 seconds. He's trying to make these tires last 8 more laps. Wrathful now 2.8 seconds ahead of Hockey has. Henchman still about a second back. Loki about 6/10 back from Like Me or Not, trying to make something happen. There's not a whole lot of balance that we have here around the track. Like Me, it looks like Loki just had a little bit of a lockup on the front left tire into turn 3 as he's trying to chase Like Me or Not. It's a nice run on him. Does Loki make something happen? He's going to possibly try to throw it in. He does throw it into turn 3. Like Me or Not giving him the space, but not giving him too much space as they come through here into sector 2 as they go around. Loki getting past. Ooh, looks like there's a little bit of a wiggle under braking as they go through here. Loki gets past Like Me or Not. If Like Me or Not just checks up right behind him, he can make up a lot of ground. Wrathful 3.3 seconds back from Whitney. He is trying to reel in. He wants that second place. He wants to move up in the championship standings the most that he possibly can. Like Me or Not, still 5 tenths back from Loki. Trying to use up as much track as he can to move up the grid as they go. Signs gets past John Wick there, battling 13th and 14th. Down into turn 3 they go. Signs defends the inside. It's a little squirrely, a little bit of a tap right there. Both clean driving, everybody giving each other the space that they need. Around the outside, Signs goes. Wick on the inside, all the way through sector 2. There is a lot of spray on these drivers. Wrathful, 2.3 seconds back from Whitney. He is trying to reel him back. And now it's 2 seconds. Wrathful is on the pace. He is on the charge. He wants to make up time. He wants that second place. 1.7 seconds. He sees him right now as he chases him through sector 3 into the double right-hand turns they go. Downhill, he goes into 5th gear, hooks the car around. Can he make something happen? Gets a nice clean run. He gets a 3-second time penalty. But Whitney, I believe, has time penalties as well as they go through. Hockey Hess gets a 3-second time penalty. Mitch is 3 tenths back from Hockey Hess. Mitch on the inside of Hockey Hess. Will he make it stick into turn 1? Both drivers looking extremely racy. Mitch backs out of it. Doesn't want to try to risk his whole entire race. His henchman is still sitting. Wrathful 2 tenths back behind Whitney. Wrathful sitting on the back of the gearbox. We have a massive battle. Mitch on the inside of Hockey Hess as they go into turn 3. Down they go. Mitch runs the car real nice and clean. Leaves the space but also closes the door at the same time. Very clean. Hockey Hess is just falling back. That's going to allow Henchman to make the move. Oh, Wrathful tries it on the outside but can't make it stick. Whitney defends really hard as they go through. Wrathful's got to try to figure something out. There's 6 laps left in this race as they go through. Henchman makes it past Hockey Hess. Wrathful still 3 tenths. Whitney having a little bit of issues, losing it just a little bit all over the track. He goes. Wrathful gets a nice run up to the double right-hand corner. What can he do? See what happens as they come down the hill here onto the main straight. We're going to ride on board Wrathful as he goes through. It's a beautiful run. Come on, Wrathful, what can you do? Are you going to try something on the outside? Whitney's going to defend on the inside. Down they go, breaking the same. Side by side they go. Loki closes the door on Wrathful. But Wrathful's going to get another run on him as they come through the second DRS area on the straight as they go through. Come on, Wrathful. If you want that second place, you're going to have to make a move here. Show him some power as they come through out of turn. Wrathful gets an amazing run on him as he goes to around the outside. He's trying to make it work on Whitey. What's going to happen here as they go into the hairpin of sector 2? Whitney diving his car a little bit deep, trying to close the door on Wrathful. Wrathful tries to switchback maneuver. He goes on the outside. Can he make it stick? He does make it stick on Whitey all the way through here in sector 2. What a brilliant move as he tried to put on the pressure and make Whitey make a mistake. That's going to fall Whitey back down 6 tenths back as we have a yellow sector 3. Looks like Signs going extremely slow here onto the main straight. What a wonderful job by Wrathful, sliding this car up to second. What an extremely wonderful drive that we have here. Whitey, 4.6 seconds back from Mitch. Ahead of Mitch, my apologies. 4.3 seconds ahead of Mitch, but 1.4 seconds back. Can Whitey keep his car ahead to get that third place finish? Mitch is on a tantrum through this track as he's trying to race it as fast as he possibly can. Looks like there's John Wick and Rock Lobster as they're battling it out for that 12th spot. John Wick down in the hairpin, runs it a little bit wide. Rock Lobster tries to make it around the outside, but he can't. Oh, Rock Lobster loses the back end, but he manages to recover. Wonderful job, wonderful job. as they go through here. Like me or not, 1/10 back from Hockey has still on those intermediate tires. Like me or not, trying to make something happen here as they come through of Sector 2. Looks like Sainz is having a little bit of an issue with his car, letting a lot of the drivers by here. Try not to impede on them as they go through. Closest battle we have right now. Mitch has closed in that gap to 2.6 seconds to Whitney, who is sitting third. Sainz gets a 3-second time penalty. Like me or not, makes it on the inside. Does he make it stick here? The last two corner. Hockey Hess runs it wide. Like me or not, slots ahead of him as they come onto the main street. That's going to allow SF1 Roads to get past him as well. Mitch now 1.3 seconds. We have a yellow Sector 1. Looks like Sainz trying to get out of everybody's way and try not to impede. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Rhodes is having the battle of his life, trying to move up the grid as much as he possibly can. We have Mitch 6/10 back from Whitney. Whitney trying to do what he can as Sainz retires. What a shame. Sainz. Mitch 5/10 back. We have 3 laps to go. Mitch looking very racy. Is Mitch going to try to throw his car into one of the corners? Or is he going to wait to make his move? Looks like he just threw his car into the corner. Whitney had nothing to defend against those white compound tires. But that's going to allow Henchman, Loki, and Lightning all to try to reel in Whitemeat. It is clearly not going his race. He's probably regretting staying out on those intermediate tires as long as he did. As they go through, Loki still about a second back from Henchman. Henchman gets a 3-second time penalty. Loki's back end's breaking it out a little too much than what he was expecting. Wrathful still sitting second, so we still have 2 laps to go. Arlen Conga leading the Austrian Grand Prix here for Tier 3 of VRL. With Wrathful second, Mitch third, Whitemeat fourth, Henchman fifth, Loki sixth. Loki's looking up on the inside of Henchman. Is he going to make it stick? Let's see what happens. Henchman closes the door just a hair on Loki, but that's fine as Loki gets a little bit of a slow start as we go through here. Back through, we have 56, Like Me or Not 7. Like Me or Not gets a 3-second time penalty. Rhodes up to 7. Side by side they go. It's a close battle here that we have. Rhodes kind of squeezes the door a little bit to make the move on him into the hairpin piece. Hockey has fallen down to 9th place on those intermediate tires. We have 35 out of 36, almost closing to the end here of this race. Like Me or Not, still trying to make something happy. Mitch gets past Whitney. It's Henchman now 2/10 back with Loki on the outside looking in. Henchman getting right up on the gearbox and trying to get a run on him down the main straightaway they go. Here goes Henchman. What's he going to do? Is he going to try it up on the inside? Ooh, there's a little bit of a tap. Henchman running a little bit too much of the Kirby. It's going to offset him a little bit. Loki now gets a run on Henchman. Henchman goes to fence. He's going to take the inside line. Probably Whitemeat right there. Late on the brakes, everybody goes. Whitemeat. Oh, there's a tap in the go. Or Whitemeat getting a little hose right there and there. Oh, Henchman. There was a massive hit there between. Looked like Whitemeat didn't see him when he was re-entering the track. What a shame. Henchman gets the hose. It's going to slot him back. Hopefully Henchman can regain his thought process and move his way back up. As Whitemeat falls to Loki, and Loki's sitting 4th now. As Henchman is trying, he has wing damage, and this is the last lap of the race. Question is, can Henchman try to catch up to Whitemeat and make it past? What a shame. That's going to fall Henchman into the grips of Rhodes here towards the end of the race. See what happens. Can Rhodes make something happen? Can he get past Henchman and move up a little bit more in the standings here? Onto the main straight they go. Rhodes getting a beautiful run on Henchman here. Trying to keep his tires cool as he goes into turn 1. Nice and clean, not a whole lot of curving. Right on board with Rhodes. dive up on the inside. Does make the dive up on the inside. Henchman has nowhere to defend. Couldn't really close the door with that maneuver. Henchman rode side by side as they go through here on the back straight of sector 2. Down into the hairpin they go. Henchman making that car 3 cars wide as Marlon Conga wins the Austrian Grand Prix race. Looks like we have Wrathful. He's coming through to sector 3 in the last 2 right-hand turns. That's going to give him second, but we'll have to see how the penalties work out. Slingshot sitting 11th. Rhodes makes it past Henchman as they go through. Like Me or Not looking right behind him. Can Like Me or Not make something happen here towards the end of the race? Like Me or Not looking, sees that there's no space as they come through down the downhill in the double left-hand corner as they go. Henchman gets another 3-second time penalty. Here we have it with the penalties as they start reeling in. Marlon Conga wins the Austrian Grand Prix. Wrathful finishing second. Mitch third. Loki fourth. SF1 Rhodes fifth. White Meat sixth. Like Me or Not's going to slot up to seventh. Henchman is going to go to eighth. Hockey Hess ninth. ER10 Motorsports. He's going to come across the line here shortly. He is the last driver. And there we have it. ER10 Motorsports finishes 10th to finish the overall race here as we go through. Let's take a look at the overall standings. Let's see what we have here. We have Marlon Conga, who finishes first with the Renault with no time penalties, starting 8th in the grid with a 2-stop to win it for the Renault team. Wrathful starting 11th, making his way up to 2nd. Awesome job with 1 time penalty. Mitch finishing 3rd, started 3rd, finished 3rd. Strong podium finish for Mitch there also. Loki going from 10th to 4th. SF1 Rhodes 12th to 5th. And we have Whitey, he's going to finish 6th. Like Me or Not 7th. Henchman 8th. Hockey Hess 9th. ER10 Motorsport 10th. Slingshot 11th. John Wick 12th. Rock Lobster 13th. Canada King 14th, who had a disconnection error. And Signs, who finished 15th. I'm going to give driver of the day to 2 drivers. It's going to go to Marlon Conga and SF1 Rhodes. Both drivers not having a time penalty here. And Slingshot, you know what, this is going to be a 3-way tie. Slingshot, SF1 Rhodes, and Marlon Conga between everything that was happening. No time penalties for these drivers. What an amazing race that they had. Definitely a showcase of talent. Truly awesome. We're going to start trying to get a lot of these drivers here into the party here to get their in-game interviews as we go through. Like we're a little bit froze here on the standings. Start getting everybody invited in here. Welcome, 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 Mitch. Please click the box to include your audio. Welcome, Wrathful. Please check the box to include your audio. Looks like Wrathful, his headset is non-existent, so we're going to have to do the old way of chat messages with him. Just waiting on Marlon Conga. I don't know if he's going to be joining. Wrathful, I'm going to ask you a few questions. I'll give you time to type it out, and then I'll talk to Mitch, and then we'll get back with you. Wrathful, please, I know it's going to give you time to type it all out for us. But please I know it's gonna sound really hard. Talk us through your whole entire race. When that appears, I'll let all the drivers, I'll let all the viewers know. But Mitch, what a wonderful race that you had. Definitely looked like a huge different strategy, especially at the start of the race. The two Toro Rosso drivers kind of getting knocked out a little bit and kind of messing a lot of what you guys were doing up, and then it kind of puts you into a weird battle between you and your teammate there. Please talk us through that.
Well, basically, it was just biding time until the rain hit, and then so my goal was just to try and fight it out with them as much as possible, get some track position, so that once we did go out into the intermediates, then we were able to, continue the battle. I was able to gain an advantage. But unfortunately, the lap that I went in for the intermediates, my car just did not brake uh, as hard as I wanted it to, and so I kind of damaged my wing. So that was automatically another 5 seconds or so that it took for them to do the wing change. So that kind of put a hamper on things. But I really don't know how Marlon took off on it. That's kind of beyond me. That was a little bit crazy. I don't know how he did all that.
There was a huge battle between him and White Meat throughout the middle of the race. We were watching as it was kind of unfolding. He managed to pull a little bit of an undercut on you guys when you guys decided to stay out on your soft compound tires. So that kind of helped him out, which definitely kind of threw into a huge play. But we definitely noticed a lot of the drivers, the ones that were running a lot of the harder compound, like the lower downforce compound, and how they were playing out. That was definitely the interesting part there, as we were watching a lot of the drivers go through. I take it that I believe we're not going to get the winner of the race, Marlon Kanga. What a shame. I thought we'd probably get him in here to talk with him. And here we have it. We have our response from Wrathful. Let's see what we got from Wrathful. Wrathful says, well, I built a hybrid tune, but didn't expect that pace. Got lucky on pit timing. Those wets caught me a podium. I was just happy to push the standing leaders. Lots of well-wanted points. Yes, very wonderful. We were cheering on for you during the race. What an amazing, battle you guys all had. Definitely, with you, Mitch, watching you work your way up the grid, I was actually kind of surprised to see a lot of the battles that you guys had. But I want to say congratulations to you guys. Congratulations to Wrathful on second, and congratulations to Marlon Kanga on his win at the Austrian Grand Prix. And I just want to say thank you to all the drivers that came out and attended this race and participated. Thank you. I want to say thank you to all the viewers. And I am BR Alexia, and we are signing off.